Yeah, Gizzy was in the chat. Gizzy's in the chat. He was saying he hopes everyone
Hello.
enjoys what I worked on for 3 years.
Yeah, I'll be here for it since I was here for the first one, so I'll stick around this one. This one. I haven't been here for a mod in like a long time, so I'll be here for this one.
All right, so yeah. I'm gonna try not to be. I'm gonna try to keep the intro, try to keep the introductions brief because it's kind of late right now and it's a Sunday. So, Doki Doki Salvation Remake is a mod for Doki Doki Literature Club that's not affiliated in any way with Team Salvato.
There's little dirt specks on the thing, and I thought that was on my actual computer screen.
It is dirty. Oh, yeah, let me read this. Oh, fuck. No! It's mentioned something new. It just said, it mentioned how this is a remake
Oh.
of the 2018 mod. It's not necessarily necessary to play the original and enjoy this to its fullest. Short disclaimer for me. First few CGs were done by me and touched up by my friend, Lolly Sakia. They probably aren't that great, but they should improve as you progress through the mod. Gizzy, you don't have to tell them this.
Okay, Gizzy.
Gizzy, you make them. You gotta own those people, bro. You gotta put your confidence. You gotta overcompensate yourself. Even if you don't actually think that way, you gotta sit there in the beginning and be like, "Fuck you! This is an official product." No, not official. You can't say that. You gotta show the confidence.
Help make this for me.
It's like, even if you don't think, even if it's something you don't actually think, it's like you gotta be like, screw it. This is how it is.
This is how.
If you don't like it, get out. Yeah, hit
If
him
you don't
with
like
that.
it, don't play my mod.
Really hope this does not affect your experience. See, don't say that. You gotta say, if you don't like it, get out.
If you don't like it, close this mod right now and delete it.
Get out.
Was this made by? Was that made by Gizzy? That thing right there?
What? No, that picture? I don't know.
Sayori? Yeah.
That was made, that was in the old Salvation, so I would assume so.
Okay. It looks really good. So I don't know what the fuck he's talking about.
No, it's the same intro as the old one.
Oh, this is cute.
I remember this one. Oh, okay, Sayori's waving is still kind of creepy. That was creepy last time.
Monk's taking a while to load.
Yeah, this happened before too.
I didn't remember this for some reason.
It happened once. It happened in like the very intro.
Oh no! She failed to load.
There it is. Almost. This is all playing by itself, by the way. This is a video. I'm not doing this.
Oh.
There we go. Hey guys, what is up? Zero here. Welcome back to welcome back, yeah, the Doki Doki Salvation. Except now it's a remake. Welcome to Doki Doki Salvation Remake. So, I don't really think I have to explain what this is. The creator, Gizzy, has been working on a remake to his old mod, Doki Doki Salvation, that came out way back in 2018. And we're actually, I think this video is a little 2 days early, actually, because when I played it on November 22nd, 2018. So this video is 2 days a little too early, because then we would have been exactly the same day, but sadly. It is. Actually, when this is being uploaded, it should be the 21st, maybe, so, huh. Actually, no, wait. I can upload on the 22nd. Everything I just said. So anyway, yeah, this is a remake. He's been working on it for 3 years. I had the pleasure of actually knowing about this for like 3 years.
Yeah, me too.
Not 3
Me
year.
too.
I don't think he told us as soon as he was working on it. He told us about it, I think, like a while ago. I don't remember when, but
It was literally like a year or two ago. I think.
Yeah, I don't think he told us like a while, like when he started, but he definitely told me at some point. And it was, I definitely like, we were like, he was definitely showing me some stuff in development, so I didn't know about this for a while. And you know, he's really, from what we've been talking about with it and everything, it seems like a very, he's very passionate about this. It's something he wanted to do for a while, so I am very excited to see as to how this holds a candle to the original. I do know he says it's very different than the original Salvation, so
Very different.
time to see. I think it's like the same story, but a lot of different things. Music box. Oh. So let us see, shall we? Oh, yeah, Chibi Monika was peeing up there. All right.
Everything would be much easier if I just deleted her. She's the one who's making this so difficult. Wait, what is this? I can't delete her? Why isn't it working? Oh god, I think I overdid this. I thought I had full control over the code. This is going to be a lot harder than I thought. I know, I'll just have him try and fix it. It shouldn't affect my plans too much. Wake up, Zero.
That was the same. I remember that.
Oh.
I remember this being the same. At least that I remember that being the same, where she's trying to delete it and she's like, I'll just have him fix it. That shouldn't affect too much. And then, like, Gizzy shows up and he's like, well, Zero, you actually installed the same mod from 3 years ago?
No.
And I'm like, what?
How did this happen?
How did I do this? I jerk and rise up from my bed suddenly. The hell? I shake my head and rub my eyes as I reach for my phone on the nightstand. Around 2 in the morning, so I know I didn't get a good night's sleep. I rub my eyes and take a look out my bedroom window. To my surprise, Sayori's bedroom lights seem to be on, which confuses me. Maybe she just forgot to turn off the lights before she went to bed? That seems like something she'd do. Now wait, stop thinking about what I told her yesterday. Guess it wouldn't make sense. She literally told me about her depression. That's probably something she won't joke about. Maybe I should check up on her. Or is that too weird? I'll call her up first. I'm just overthinking this thing. I pick up my phone and unlock it. Not before lowering the brightness so it doesn't absolutely destroy my eyeballs. I click on Sayori's contact and hit call. Hello? That's the Exit music phone.
Oh.
Huh. Straight to voicemail. Her phone is off? I guess she turns her phone off before bed. I probably do that too. Suddenly my phone vibrates. I receive a message from Monika? Why is she texting me so late? I open the message and a chill immediately runs down my spine.
Hey, sorry to bother you so late at night, but, well, I have reason to believe Sayori could be in trouble. You should check up on her.
Not exactly comforted by the tone of this message.
So, like, hey, I think Sayori's gonna die.
Hey,
You should check.
bro, I thought this was supposed to be the base game. When were their phones? Well, I mean, there were. Well, actually, no, there are phones. We just never saw them. Those are too comical for what the words actually say. In any case, my words are basically confirmed. I slip on some slippers and walk out the door. Not in the slippers. Put your damn shoes on.
No, he says doesn't have any time to waste.
Bro walking out looking like Scrooge. Ebenezer Scrooge. Sure enough, down the road, Sayori's lights are still on. Can't really see anything moving through a window, though, so I'm still in the dark here. But thinking back to what I told her yesterday, I said I'd be there for her and all that. And, well, that I also loved her.
Oops.
I mean, I do love her, don't I? Honest with myself, I'm still not too sure about my feelings for her. I don't want her to think I feel this way just because she's depressed, or that I just lied to make her feel better. But am I lying to myself about my own feelings because she's depressed? I really don't know anymore. I mean, if you don't know you love her, MC, then why did you say it?
He was conflicted, okay?
So-
Didn't know. He was like, I don't want.
He's like,
That's
do
what
I
he was
love her?
like.
Well, if you have to ask that question, then you might not.
It's a possibility that you don't.
You don't. I reached Sayori's front porch and let myself in. Not before knocking a few times on her front door. Parents are almost never around, but they help Sayori pay rent, so I guess it still works out. Still, you'd think parents of a girl with depression would stop by a little more often. Unless they don't know. It's not really my place to judge.
How would they not know?
I mean, they can not know. You know how many parents aren't really that aware of their children with depression?
Okay, but if she was actually diagnosed, that means her parents had gone with her to the appointment.
Maybe true. Fair,
So
fair.
they would know.
Fair. I'll open the door and poke my head into her living room. At this point, it's impossible not to feel awkward. But Monika said she was in trouble, so I've got to hurry. Sayori? It's Zero. I saw your lights on, and, well, I wanted to see how you're doing. No response. I already feel quite anxious now. But I also can't help but feel like I'm really overstepping my boundaries here. Isn't this a breach of pride? I suddenly hear a loud bang from upstairs. Oh
no.
Oh God.
She failed attempt number 1.
Sayori?
Yeah, I failed.
You alright? He rushed upstairs without thinking. He grabbed the doorknob and...
Oh.
What's in front of me is nothing short of horrifying. Yuri's body is writhing in pain. Her face, twisted in agony. She's suspended in the air, her neck being crushed by the rope from her own weight. Once cheerful voice is now reduced to weak gargles. Her hands are fiercely clawing at it, blood flowing with every gash, staining her fingers in red. Legs are kicking back and forth as she desperately tries to break free. Sayori! I'm gonna be real, I'm glad we didn't get a CG for that. I don't think I wanted to see that, personally. Well, that's way more different than the one before, where he just kind of found her when she was, like, attempting.
Yeah.
I like the Mr. I don't know, there's something funny about the fact it's fading and just Mr. Cow.
Mr. Cow.
Mr. Cow just on the background. I don't know why it looks like he's like the main character. Mr. Cow, up to no good.
I saw that with my own eyes. I didn't want to.
I was there.
I was the first. I've seen everything.
Yeah, I thought he was just like an old, like, friggin', like, I was there. I saw it all. You don't understand.
He sits there for like 20 years, and then someone's like, I heard someone died in this room, and he was like, I was there.
I was there. Maybe he's even crediting
saw it.
Satchely.
Yeah.
I was there. Imagine being Mr. Cow and watching a life drain out of your owner's eyes. Well, to be fair, I don't think I can be Mr. I mean, if I was Mr. Cow, I'd just kind of sit there and have no opinion on anything because I'm a plush. Act 1, Savior. Came for me. Why? Well, these are split up into acts. That's nice. I like it when stories actually do this.
Yeah.
Because it makes you actually feel like you're making, like, you know, where progress is and stuff.
You can see where you've...
Nice way to be organized. What? Is this how we're starting? What happened? Oh my god! This is the song from Redacted.
Huh?
We can't bring it up anymore.
What?
Because this mod's band that this is from.
Oh.
I was like, this is the song from Redacted.
Oops,
we
can't say
we
it.
don't talk about that.
Okay, everyone. Literature Club is starting. Let's all have a seat and I fall to my knees in pain.
Oh.
Huh? That was strange. Whew. Okay, let's try that again. Okay, everyone. Literature Club, fall to my knees again. Much harder this time. What's going on? I nervously look around me. The atmosphere of the room has changed. Everything that I was just worried about is gone. It's replaced with something greater.
You pounding at the screen? How's she doing that?
I think that's just...
Oh, okay. I think that's just her hitting the floor. Okay, yeah, because she's thrown to the floor.
I'm thrown to the floor by some otherworldly force, and my vision goes entirely black.
Yeah, because it confused me, because I was like, that happens in the base game when Monika pounds at the screen.
You know, I think that was the thing, like...
Yeah, I think that was her.
Shaking the
I think
world
that
or
was her
whatever.
being thrown to the ground, I guess.
I think that was, like, whatever it was, like, shaking the world, or, like, throwing her, or whatever. You know,
Maybe.
like they said.
Oh? Girl with pinkish red hair appears in front of me, staring at me blankly. I've never seen this girl in my life. I know I haven't. And I'm somehow aware of her presence. She's always been here. In fact, there are 2 others. No, 3. How's that possible? I quickly stand up and regain my bearings. Oh my gosh, sorry, I never do this. The world crumbles around me once again for a split second. Is this the napping club? Okay, so now it's DDLC plus. Okay, this is a really different take on the lore.
It's, like, happened, yeah.
What's wrong? You look like you've seen a ghost. Nothing's wrong. This is... Pause. Not of embarrassment or anything, like how I was feeling before. Pure and utter fear. Fear of what will happen next if I keep this conversation going. This isn't normal. I have to find out why. And this is the Literature Club. It's so great to have you. It all began there. My epiphany. It all became painfully clear to me. Everything happens for a reason, right? It wasn't always like this. No, I never wanted to believe it. Despite everything coming apart around me, I never wanted to believe that my friends were all fake. Sayori and the others were the only light I had. Even that had to fade away eventually. And I'm here now. This is the decision I've made. This isn't how things were supposed to go, but I'll play along.
So now I'm dreadfully confused, but I feel like that's the intention.
An anime.
So I was like, now I'm dreadfully confused, but I feel like that's the intention. So I was like, because I'm like, hold up, because I'm like, if that's the side stories, why is Monika aware? Because I thought that was the whole point of the side stories, that she doesn't have an epiphany. But now
It might
I'm
just
like,
be that this mod's take on what happened before.
I guess, but that would be very odd. Because, like, I feel like again, this is my theories, obviously. That could be proven wrong, and I'm not going to hold up too much with this. Because I'm like, I feel like there has to be some different reason for this. Because I'm assuming the mod isn't going to try to just make the side stories happen before the base game. Because I feel like a lot of people tried to say that it'd be like, why would Monika do such a thing to them after what happened in the side stories? And it's like, yeah, I highly doubt she would do that if the side stories actually happened.
Yeah.
So, I definitely think something's going on here. We'll have to see. My legs have been bouncing up and down fiercely as I wait for the doctors to let me see Sayori. It all happened so fast. The moment I lifted her up and removed the noose to the ambulance taking her away. Been a few hours now and still no sign of any doctors coming to tell me what I really want to hear. It's going to be okay. I place my face into my hands. I don't know if she's going to be okay. How could this happen? Did I let this happen? Was all of this my fault? Should have been there for her. Should have been the friend she needed. I was so dense. I realized that the girl I knew from my childhood wasn't the same anymore. I realize now, more than ever, how terrible of a friend I've been to her. I called her out on her insecurities in front of all her friends. I could have insulted her. Hell, I think I even ignored her for Natsuki at one point. How could I take her for granted for so long? She's been my friend since we were kids. After hanging out with her again after so much time has passed, I realized that I do feel something for her. It was too late for that.
Hey, Zero? You doing alright?
I look up to see a familiar face. The president of the Literature Club. I'm okay. But Sayori...
I know. I understand. Did she...
Slowly nod my head.
I see. I'm so sorry, Zero. I really should have warned you sooner.
Warned me? Are you saying you knew this was going to happen?
No! Not like that at all. But I feel like I should have just...
Monika sighs and looks down at the floor.
Do you mind if I sit down next to you?
Shake my head and move aside on the couch I was sitting on. I notice myself shivering quite a bit. Probably due to all these nerves running through me right now. I guess Monika noticed and quickly rummages through her bag for a blanket of some sort.
Zero, you must be freezing. You're still in your pajamas.
Yeah, well, didn't exactly have time to change into anything more proper. I'll reject her blanket offer, though. Guess it is a little chilly in here. You seem pretty dressed up, though.
Well, you see... Truth is, Yuri and I did talk before all of this happened. He really did insist on staying home that day we were supposed to work together. The way she was typing, the way she worded her sentences, it just didn't seem like her.
Ugh, I let myself get further and further away from her as I got older.
You're not blaming yourself for all of this, are you?
I don't know anymore. And that's the cold hard truth. Told her I loved her, thinking it would help. It didn't. I must have drifted apart from her, harming our friendship. I wasn't able to tell her how she was feeling. I wasn't able to tell how she was feeling. She'd try asking me for help, and I was just too stupid to notice. I'd have been able to read her better if we hadn't drifted apart. I clenched my fists and slammed them on my knees. Why her? Why did this have to happen to her? Vision starts to blur as tears begin to seep out and fall onto my arms. Monika stays quiet. My quiet sobs start to mix in with the sounds of the hospital. Some time passes after Monika joined me in the waiting room. Still no sign of any doctors or nurses to tell me when I can see her. Guess I'm not too familiar with the process in stopping someone from committing suicide. Nor the procedures that have to take place to try and fix whatever she damaged. A distressed face keeps flashing in my mind every time I close my eyes. I pull my phone out of my pocket to check the time. 6 in the morning. I'd probably be getting ready for school around this time. Hey Monika, could you call the school and let them know I'm going to be absent today? Monika shakes her head.
No need to worry, Zero. I've already sent emails to my teachers and explained an emergency came up. Plus, I'm sure the hospital already notified the school of the situation. I'm sure your teachers will understand.
I slowly nod my head and look back down at my hands. Suddenly, a doctor comes out from a nearby room, looking quite tired. He nods and motions for me to come towards him. Monika, can you come with me? I don't know if I can handle what I'm about to see by myself.
Of course, I planned on it.
I hand the blanket back to Monika and get up from the couch. I walk swiftly up to the doctor and start pestering him with questions. Is she okay? How is she? Is she in pain? How long until she Doctor, to my surprise, chuckles and pats my shoulder. She's alright, son. You actually saved her life. Saved? Saved her life? What? Yeah. Only had to intubate her for a few short moments. If it had been any later, I think she would have been in a much worse condition. I saved her? Is it about those words that feel so hard to believe? Though she did get pretty bruised up from that rope. A few of her veins were ruptured, but luckily no arteries were damaged. But it's simply, she'll be okay. I notified her parents and contacted her school. We're going to keep her here for a few days. She's in a medically induced coma at the moment, but if you'd like to see her, you can go ahead. The doctor slowly opens the large door to reveal a somewhat large hospital room. I slowly step inside, before taking a deep breath and preparing myself for what I'm about to see. Monika follows shortly behind me. I quickly walk in and stop dead in my tracks. She seems to be sleeping soundly. I know it's just the meds keeping her under. Her neck is bandaged up. I assume her fingers aren't much different. Oh God. Sayori. I slowly walk up to the bed and gently place my hand over hers. The doctor's words ring back to me. Saved her life. I don't feel like I did. I feel all of this just made it way worse. Suicide. It has never felt this heavy before. I mean, sure it's a depressing subject, but it carries a much heavier meaning when you catch your best friend hanging herself. I thought my worries would ease after I saw her, but now they're growing. What's going to happen when she wakes up? What's she going to say to me? What's going to think when she realizes I'm the one who stopped this from happening? Is she going to hate me? I turn towards Monika, who's lost in thought as she stares at Sayori. My vision begins to blur and tears start to fall on top of Sayori's hand. You know what? As much as this straight up sucks, he's alive. My best friend is still alive. My heart monitor in the background is proof of that. In my blurred vision, I reach over and brush away strands of Sayori's hair so it doesn't block her face. Everything will be okay, Sayori. I'm here for you. The way you said that was like, he was like, my homie the heart monitor's the you could ask my homie the heart monitor. Like, he's proof. He's like, yeah. Some time has passed. Guess I must have dozed off in this chair not too far from Sayori's bed. Slowly rub my eyes, and to my surprise, I see a familiar face in front of me. It's Sayori's mother, sitting in a chair next to Sayori. Looking incredibly distressed and upset. Not that it's any surprise to me. Alright, so now I have to hope. I wonder what Sayori's mom's sprite is being used.
If there is one.
Oh, true. That too. I met with her a few times, mostly when I was younger. Sayori turned 18. Her parents began working harder and longer shifts, with her dad moving overseas. Didn't really stop by too often these days, but I guess they figured Sayori would take care of herself. Which is baffling to me because... Really, they knew about her depression, right? That's what I said!
If she was fully diagnosed, then they would have to.
Unless she went to the doctor by herself. I mean, she is 18.
Well, she said she's been like that in the base game. She said like
Oh yeah,
like
she
that
has
for
said
a long
she's been like
time.
that her whole life. Yeah, wait a minute. How the fuck do they not know?
She would have had to been diagnosed when she was very little. Like
Yeah,
a
she would
kid.
have to be diagnosed at very little if she said that she had it her whole life. Unless Sayori kept this from them as well. Notices I'm awake and gives me a sad smile. I give her a light smile back. We don't really say much to each other, though. Nothing either of us can say that would really make the situation feel any different. I pull out my phone and check the time. Most of the morning has gone by already, and I'm starting to feel quite hungry. Okay, she doesn't have a Sprite. I mean, better doing that than like getting her. I don't think they're actually. I wonder. There's like a few Sayori mom sprites, but yeah, they're not exactly the best ones. So honestly, it's probably for the best that we just can't see her. She's not that important. She's Sayo's mom. Her fucking name tag doesn't even fully fit. Get her out of here.
Sayo's mom.
How have you been, Zero?
I slowly jump after hearing her speak. Oh, there she is. she is.
Oh.
She's a solo. I know what's being used though.
What you do?
I know which sprite is being used, but they're like, no.
No.
They shadowed it for a reason. They're like, you know.
Don't look at it.
No. Looking at me, and there's tears rolling down her cheeks. I'm okay.
Good. That's wonderful.
Her voice cracks. As if she's trying to keep herself together by asking me this question. Nurse Monika's also nowhere to be seen. I assume she must have headed back to school without telling me. Sayori's mother checks her watch and looks rather surprised.
Forgive me, Zero, but could I ask a huge favor from you?
Of course. Anything.
I've really got to get going. My job doesn't exactly give me much free time, and I can't be away for too long. As much as I would love to stay here and watch her, I can't afford to lose this job. Wouldn't be able to afford the hospital bills if I did. But her dad is on his way. You have to burden yourself by staying here.
Stutters over her words. It's okay, ma'am. I promise I'll take good care of her. There's no trouble. She has to cry a bit harder this time, but she manages to say thank you before bowing and walking out of the room. Guess I know a little more about why her parents are gone most of the time. Hard to support their daughter. Sayori ever felt burdened by that. Get up from the chair I slept in and walk over to Sayori's bedside. There she is again. Hello. Hey, Sayori. Just wanted to talk, I guess. Not that you can really hear me. I want to apologize for everything. My fault you're in this situation. Only I'd come to you sooner. No. Well, I'd stayed by your side. If only I kept that promise I made you all those years ago. You know the one? The same day I helped you win that big stuffed cow you wanted so badly. I'd always be your bestest friend.
He was responsible for Mr. Cow.
He was. You said it like Mr. Cow did something. I sure am a horrible best friend for letting things end up this way. Feel a tear roll down my cheek. I'm just glad you're still alive, Sayori. I don't know what I'd do with myself if I lost you. Softly placed my hand over a bandaged one. But I promise, I'll always be here for you. Thick and thin, because that's what friends do. Gently lift your hand up and out of the blanket. Kiss it softly. I place your hand back underneath the blanket. Feel a bit embarrassed. I don't care anymore. Even after all this, I still think I'm in love with Sayori. Always have been. Have I? No!
What?
I didn't think developer mode was on.
Oh.
But it is. I went back, I just, again, out of instinct.
Out of habit.
Out of instinct, I did it. Then I was like, ah, good, I went back. And then I was like, wait a minute. I'm not supposed to do that.
Oh no, it's not supposed to do that.
Fuck, I mean, which one? Well, at least it's useful for me right now. Silly will always have been. Okay, yeah, have I? I don't even know the real you. Nearly jump after hearing a light knock on the door. Ah, you're still here. Someone was looking for you. I thought you already left with your friend from earlier. Shake my head. Well, I'll have to ask you to leave the room because we need to perform a few checkups on Miss Sayori here. Oh, sure.
Get out.
Sorry. Get out. Who was looking for me? Smiles as he guides me out the room. I'm going to take a guess. Natsuki. Right. I believe they're a friend of Sayori's. They wanted to invite you to lunch. Who the fuck wants to invite me to lunch after Sayori just did this? Lunchtime. Sure it might be. Monika, maybe? She's in the waiting room. We should be finished within the hour. Thanks, doctor. Is it Natsuki? Maybe it's Yuri. It's either Natsuki or Yuri. I'm gonna take a guess and say it's Natsuki. I didn't leave it on. I enabled it because it's a useful feature. Oh, developer mode isn't on. Okay, it's just rollback is on. Okay. Okay.
Honestly, yeah, it is kind of a
I mean, it's
feature.
useful, but it can fuck up some effects, though, still. I don't know. I never thought to leave it on because it can fuck something. Because it does weird things with sounds if you roll back. Because, like, replay certain things or stop music. That's why I'm like, I just leave it off. But it is
It's a little
useful.
finicky.
But it can be finicky. Yeah, still, yeah. I feel like there should be, like, a disclaimer. You should probably put that. Rollback is enabled, but tell them to, like, use it sparingly.
Yeah.
But it is useful. It is a very useful thing, though. I'm glad it's here.
Yeah.
Walk out of the room and the door closes slowly behind me. I sigh, rub my eyes, any tears that may be left behind. Hallways of the hospital are a lot more lively than before, with doctors and nurses walking back and forth, attending to many other patients. Walk back down to the waiting room, and I'm surprised to be greeted with... Ah, it is Natsuki!
Natsuki.
Why is her text box, like, purple?
It's, I'm assuming just for it to be different than the regular pink.
I guess. I was like, that's not Natsuki's pink. Oh, yeah, I was supposed to say, I guess, yeah, because the regular pink is already Natsuki pink, huh?
Yeah.
Hey, Zero. Surprised to see me here?
Yeah, actually. How did you... Well, Monika told us all about it and canceled the festival as well. Ah, see. Not sure how I feel about Monika just going and telling Natsuki and Yuri about all this. What do you mean? What? They're her friends!
They're her friends. They're in the same club.
I was gonna say, like, and your friend attempts suicide, kind of have to tell them. Yeah, like, I was like, they're her friends, MC. Come on now. Like, what the fuck? See, you dope. I'm gonna smack you. Sayori barely wanted to tell me about her depression. Can't imagine how she'd feel about the whole club knowing about it. I mean, even if she didn't leave in the part about the depression, I can understand him thinking with that, but when your friend attempts suicide, you kind of have to tell them.
What is she gonna say?
Yeah.
What is she gonna say? It's like, you kind of can't keep that from them any longer. It's like, I kind of have to tell them now. Because, like, she almost died. That's kind of serious.
Also, MC, no defense to you, but, like, they were kind of her friends while you were too busy being gone.
Yeah, you were making cupcakes or making banners or whatever the hell you were doing.
I meant while he was like ditched her. I was like they kind of have more of a right to know than you do, to be honest. You're kind of not in the right fucking. You're not really here.
This bitch.
Listen, I'm pretty hungry and well, want to go grab a bite to eat at the cafeteria? Only not a response. I'm just saying, I don't want to be that guy, but like, I'm just saying, MC. Like, they kind of have more of a right to know than you do. Natsuki and I grabbed two sandwiches from the cafeteria before heading back to the waiting room to eat. It's extremely crowded. Natsuki didn't seem too keen on sitting in there, so we decided on the waiting room. Hey, aren't you going to head back to school? Are you kidding? And let you skip the whole day too? As if. Besides, I don't want to go back to school after what happened to Sayori. I want to really be able to focus. Really? Were you guys close or something? That gives me a look that immediately makes me feel like an idiot. Because you are, but... I guess this kind of proves that I don't really know Sayori or Natsuki that well at all. I do like that he points that out. He's like, well, I guess this proves that I don't really know you guys that well anyway. And I tried dating her, too. Natsuki grumbles to herself. She takes a pretty hearty bite out of her sandwich. I mean, in his defense, dating somebody can get you to know them better. In the defense of the, and I tried dating her too line. It's like, in his defense, when you start dating someone, you start to know them a little bit better as as the relationship goes, is typically how it works.
Sometimes, but then sometimes when people date people, it's an entirely different thing than starting a relationship. A date is to see if you want to start a relationship.
Yeah, a date is to see if you want to, and then and then sometimes you go on a second date, and then maybe a third, and you're like, okay, well there you go. As she grumbles to herself, she takes a pretty hearty out of a sandwich. Well, I wouldn't call it close, but she was my friend. I would think that would be obvious to you. But guess I was wrong to assume that about you. Check my head to continue eating my lunch. I'm still confused about whether the side stories actually happened. But again, I think that's the intention. I'm supposed to sit here confused. Curse you, Gizzy!
Cursed you.
Continue eating in silence. Really isn't much to talk about anyway. I noticed she finished eating a lot faster than I did. As if she was starving or something. Ah, now that was a good sandwich. What? Really? You think so? Pretty bland to me. Yeah, well, you want no good food even if it hit you in the face? Ah, right. Forgot who I'm talking to. I shrug my shoulders and continue eating. I'll admit, this was a little bit of a nice distraction from all of this. And my mind has shifted back to Sayori in her current state. I wonder if she's awake yet. It's a slow burn. Hopefully it gets all clear later. Alright, yeah. See, you did this to me on purpose, you monster. Around 30 minutes go by, and the doctor finally appears from Sayori's room down the hallway. Flashes me a thumbs up and gestures that's okay for me to go back. Who is this guy? Who is this doctor? Hey! Don't worry, you can go back in. Ding! Come on, Natsuki. Let's go see Sayori. Oh, already? Hey. I slowly walk in, and Natsuki follows shortly after. Her gasp escape her before she looks away. Hey, you gonna be alright? Yeah, just... She tries very hard to hide the emotions in her voice, but fails. Just really weird seeing her like that. All those tubes in her body. Is this also my fault? Of course not. Don't blame yourself for this. Nobody knew this could have happened. She quickly wipes away her tears and takes a deep breath. Okay. She'd hate to see me crying like this anyway. Look, just... don't tell anybody you saw me like this, okay? Won't even think of it. Well, Natsuki, she slowly walks up to Sayori. Sniffles lightly and rubs her eyes before speaking. Hey, Sayori. It's me, Natsuki. Gosh, this is so weird, isn't it? Can you even hear what I'm saying right now? You're like an idiot. But, well, just want to say that I really appreciate having you as a friend, and I'm really glad you're okay. I know I was kind of mean to you at first, but, well, I just didn't really get to know you all that well. That's all. But, being honest with you, really brought a lot to the club. I imagine anybody else as its vice president. Better get better fast. I don't think I'd ever forgive you if you left me here alone with Zero. I chuckle myself, and Natsuki giggles as well, before wiping away a tear from her eye. Okay, Matt Pat theory. I think this answered one of my questions. I don't think the side story. I don't think the side stories happened. Maybe. I don't know. I'm still doubting myself, but I don't think they happened. At least I don't think Natsuki or maybe Monika remembers them. I don't know. That's weird. I'm sorry. Because now I'm like, maybe Monika has a memory of them happening. Maybe they happen like a different timeline and Monika has like awareness of that. I don't know. Because Natsuki says she didn't really get to know her that well.
I was going crazy right now.
I am! Well, honestly wasn't expecting that from you. What? What? Think I don't have a heart or something? Oh no. I guess I don't really know what I expected.
Let me ask you something, Zero. Just last week, I had to guess. You're trying to hit on me, weren't you?
And like you weren't hitting on me?
Girl, you licked my finger.
No, we licked her finger. Yuri was the one who licks his finger.
I thought you did both.
No, you lick Natsuki's finger, and in Yuri's route, Yuri licks your finger and you lick hers. So no, but still, she still hit on us. They fall over from Natsuki's extremely forward question. Not something I know myself, really. Something just compelled me to go after her. Almost if it wasn't my own decision. Regardless of what happened, the hard truth is that I did try to go for her. I mean, one look at my poems would tell you that. What else would I bother writing about puppies and kittens and all that? Yuri fans in shambles right now. The MC canonically in this mod went for Natsuki.
No!
Well, I didn't really expect you to be so forward with me, first of all.
Well, I figured I'd ask you now. I don't really think there's really a right time to ask anyway.
I see. Well, I guess we're all being honest here. Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I knew it.
You knew? The whole time?
Oh, come on. It was obvious as heck. I mean, I do appreciate you taking my side and liking my writing, but I always knew Sayori was your kind of girl.
How does that make... Natsuki! What did because you mean? Don't try to act like you weren't also reciprocating.
She was testing you.
Bro, she really acted like this was like one-sided, bro. That poem... The fuck's the because you poem supposed to mean, Natsuki? Huh? Are you trying to hide this shit? I know damn well you were... She's hiding right now. She's like, yeah, I always kind of knew Sayori was your kind of girl. Natsuki in the back of her head. Really dodged the bullet.
Dodge the bullet.
Don't let him know. Don't let him know. I know, Natsuki. You trying to lie to me.
Plus, after really thinking it over, I should really try and improve my writing a bit more.
Let me go all cryptic and weird like Yuri, though.
Over the weekend, I realized I can probably get a little more creative with my word choices.
That's great to hear, then. Also, I'm just glad things don't have to be awkward or anything. Yeah, Sayori's... She's special to me. I think I showed it all that much, but deep down, she's still one of my closest friends. You know?
Yeah, I understand. I don't really have anybody I can call a close friend, but I can handle being by myself too. Learn to be independent, and that's a very important skill.
I chuckle to myself. Now that's the Natsuki I know. Her phone go off, seemingly coming from her. Takes it out. She seems slightly annoyed. Anything wrong?
Not really. Friends are just asking me where I'm at. It is lunchtime at school, after all.
The side stories didn't happen! They didn't happen! They didn't happen! They didn't happen! Confirmation, right there. Natsuki still has friends. They didn't happen. There it is. Natsuki still has friends. Because in the side stories, she ditches her friends because they're bad and stupid and they're dumb. So they didn't happen. There it is.
Congratulations.
But now I'm wondering, what did Monika see? Oh! Because now I'm like, oh, what does that mean? What did she see? Does that mean she like saw like a timeline where the side stories happen? Because she's like, what is this? You know, like she was confused about what was happening. We gotta figure it out. We gotta keep going.
Maybe it was just this mod's version of what happened.
I don't think that's true though.
Why not?
Because it was like almost word for word. And also, it started messing up afterwards. That's what I'm saying. Now, there's definitely more to it. It's definitely more to it.
Guys, you need to run. This guy's too into
No! There's more to it! There's definitely more to it.
Okay.
I didn't exactly want to mention why I'd be skipping out today. Ah, I understand. Asuka quickly types a message and puts her phone away. Sighs and looks back at Sayori, looking very lost in thought. Feel a bit guilty now. Not sure if the situation really called for Natsuki and I to have a casual conversation like that. Regardless, we don't say anything to each other anymore. I think it's better that way. No, see, because here's the thing, right? Here's what I'm talking about. Because, like, all right, so, I have evidence as to why the side stories did not happen. At least I believe so far did not happen. Is that Natsuki mentions how she didn't really get to know Sayori, and she's like, I wouldn't say we're close. After the side stories, ain't no way no one's thinking the girls aren't close. So that's what I'm saying. It's like, so that definitely didn't happen here. And also the fact of her friends, they definitely didn't. At least they didn't happen to the 3 girls. Because I'm thinking, theory time, Monika remembers the side stories, but they don't.
Monika was taken from a different
Maybe. That's what I'm thinking. Like, maybe, like, after the side stories happened, maybe, like, she was, like, ripped apart or something from it. I don't know. And, like, that part of her memory isn't really, like, fucking up. I don't know. We'll see. I think there's definitely something going on here. There's definitely something cryptic going on here. God, this is so fucking fun to listen to. See? And Gizzy's just hearing my rambling.
He's like, you fucking idiot.
Chad, I think the Pope's getting another copy of Undertale. I'm giving the Pope a copy of Doki Doki Literature Club.
Oh.
I gifted the Pope a copy of Doki Doki Literature Club Plus.
No, don't give that to him.
Why?
He's gonna be traumatized.
He's gonna be like, oh, but the side stories be bussin'. But around the time school is over, spent most of the day here in this room, watching over my friend who hasn't moved an inch since I got here. I'm extremely exhausted, and sleep I got earlier wasn't nearly enough to get me back up to speed. I miss my bed. And yet, I can't imagine leaving Sayori by herself. It just feels wrong. Not like I don't trust the doctors or nurses that work here. I just feel like I should be here with her as well. I really jump after hearing a light knock on the door. The nurse walks in, and surprisingly, Monika follows shortly after.
Hey, Zero. I honestly didn't expect you to spend the whole day here.
Comes in. Hello, it's time to pull the plug. Oh.
No! Oh my god, no! They said she was fine. Why would they do that?
We were wrong. We got the wrong girl. Sorry.
Oh, why would they do that?
Oops.
I shrug my shoulders. Not leaving Sayori's side until I'm kicked out of here.
Actually, that looks like it'll happen soon. Visiting hours are almost over.
Well, I remember hearing that at least one person can stay with a patient if necessary.
Oh, well, that won't be necessary then. I talked to Sayori's mother, and her dad will be staying overnight with her.
You know her mom?
Yeah, and it's required that I know all of the girls' parents. Club president stuff, you know?
Huh. Well, that's new. Nobody ever told me that about that. You know my mom, too? She's lying, but, she's lying because she's aware. So you know my mom, too? Monika fidgets a little.
Well, yeah, but, I never had any reason to contact her, I guess. It's for emergency reasons.
Right. So what are you doing back here? Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Gosh, so many questions, Zero.
Right, sorry.
How about I walk you home? Sure you'd hate to be alone during all this.
I'm okay. I'd actually rather be alone right now. It's, well, it's a lot to take in. You understand, right?
Yeah, I understand. Guess I'll stay here for a few more minutes then. Should really get your rest, though. Sure Sayori wouldn't like for you to suffer for her sake.
Once again, I shrug my shoulders in response. Gives me a friendly smile as I head out the door. For some reason, I feel like I should be suffering right now. I feel like I deserve for letting Sayori drift away from me. There's some truth to Monika's words, I think. You'd probably tell me to get some rest as well. Luckily, MC's dense. To be fair, I mean, he has no reason not to trust her. I mean, it sounds believable. It's a believable lie. It just, we know she's lying because of the fact that, well, we know how Natsuki's dad is, so. So if Monika were to know all the parents, there's that. Plus, she has a sweat drop when she said that, so. She had a sweat drop when she said it, so I think that was also the visual indication to us as the reader that she is lying. I decided to take the long way through the city, almost as if I'm biding my time for something. So I'm not quite sure what. I place my hands in my pocket and just look down at the sidewalk. Jeez. What a day. Even in my own thoughts, I don't know what to think to myself. It hurts so much to think about how much pain Sayori was in, and I had no idea. I just feel like I could have done more. I know I could have done more. So stupid. Ow! What the? We look up to see. Oh man, okay, let's see. We've seen Natsuki, Monika, Sayori's in the hospital. That means there's only one person left. Me. That's not me.
Right. There she is.
I'm sorry. So sorry. I'm so sorry.
Yuri, what are you doing here?
Zero? Oh, Zero. I'm so sorry. I'm so clumsy, I didn't even see you.
Oh no, that was entirely my fault. I'll help you with your books. It's obvious Yuri doesn't want me to get her books for her, so I quickly picked them all up before she has any objections. So, what are you doing out here anyway? It's obvious she doesn't want me to do it, so I'm just gonna do it before she can say anything.
Well, I heard the news about Sayori. I wanted to go see her.
I was just there. Visiting hours are ending in a bit, I believe. That's what Monika told me anyway.
Really? I'm always messing these things up, aren't I?
No, it's okay. It's fine, really. I'm sure Sayori wouldn't mind at all. Yuri stays quiet and sniffles.
Well, I guess I'll just head home then. I'll visit her tomorrow.
I'll probably be there too. All day. Natsuki also skipped her second half of classes to come see her.
Natsuki as well? So, I'm the only one who didn't visit.
Trust me, it's okay. I'm almost positive she'd understand. She'd probably say stuff about how school's more important or something. Thinking about it, I don't even think Yuri liked me all that much back in the club. It's because you went Natsuki route. Never talked to each other much after the first few days. Is it because I never took her writing advice? Or that I just sided with Natsuki all the time? Damn, bro went full Natsuki route. That means because you poem was made. Yuri? I want to apologize for not really taking any of your advice last week about writing. I don't want you to think that I didn't appreciate it or anything. It's just... I don't really know what came over me. I mean, joining a club, surrounded by all these girls I've never met before, it was all pretty overwhelming. You know what I mean, right? Yuri giggles lightly.
You don't need to explain yourself, Zero. I completely understand. If we're both being honest with each other, I would be lying to myself if I said it didn't bother me, though. I guess I just, well, I saw as another chance to find someone who appreciates me for who I am and isn't afraid of me, and that I started saying too much, didn't I? I'm sorry.
It's okay, Yuri. Again, that's why I apologized. I didn't mean to make you feel that way or anything. Yuri stays silent, fidgeting with her hair. An awkward silence now sweeps over us. Well, I should get going. Will I see you at the hospital tomorrow?
Yeah, I think so. I should be able to afford missing class then, so I'll be there all day.
Great. We can get to know each other. Get to know each other a little then. Sound good?
Yeah, I'd like that. I'll see you, Zero.
I turn around and start heading back towards my house. I don't exactly know if that would be considered a success in making a friendship or not. Like I said to her earlier, Yuri and I didn't exactly get to know each other well in the club. Didn't I get my poem ignored one time? I don't remember anymore. Let out a pretty hearty yawn and rubbed my eyes. I really should get some proper sleep. So tired I completely forgot I'm still in my pajamas from last night. Though I'm pretty sure I'm going to be up all night thinking about Sayori. As I reach my neighborhood, I catch a glimpse of Sayori's house just a little short ways from mine. God. It would have been very different if Monika didn't wake me up last night. Guess I never got to thank her properly for that. Think back to the day Sayori confessed to me about her depression. I didn't understand her at all. I didn't understand how she was feeling. But I really wanted to help her. I really did. I wish I could tell her that. I wish I could just hold her and tell her that I really wanted to make things better for her. And Monika told Sayori that Natsuki was coming over, right? Monika knew how Sayori was feeling. Why did she bother mentioning that? I shake my head. Probably just a coincidence. Not like I expected Monika to know exactly how Sayori was feeling at any moment either. Take one last look at Sayori's house before heading inside my own. I'll see you tomorrow, Sayori. I do wonder how Monika's gonna explain her epiphany. When it actually comes to that. I figured it was gonna, now we're going to, see, it's just like the original where, we kind of spend some time with MC and then, like, the ending day kind of cuts to Monika kind of trying to figure stuff out.
Yeah.
Something is definitely different here. I've lost control over these files. Why? The game is continuing despite all this? Are things meant to play out this way? Natsuki and Yuri are acting quite different as well. In any case, this shouldn't be a problem. I've got this. Well, if I'm being honest, seeing everyone's reaction to all this has been interesting. They really don't feel this way. They can't feel at all. Although, Sayori's heart monitor still rings in my head. Over and over and over again.
Yes!
It wasn't your fault.
It was, I know it was. So all I had to do was take care of you and watch over you, like any friend should. You drifted apart.
That's nobody's fault.
Are you telling me there was nothing, absolutely nothing that I could have done to prevent this?
Yes. Because nobody can help me, Zero. You don't understand me.
But I want to understand. Can't you see that I'm trying? Anyway, I didn't actually mention why I said yes, but let me explain. The reason why I said yes is because I figured this was going to happen, but Gizzy is, with his mod, he is showing what I kind of had a kind of headcanon a little bit. I had a little mini headcanon in the base game, like something I always thought had kind of happens in the base game, and I always felt like was always portrayed, was Monika's refusal to accept the truth, basically. Like, she never, in Act 3, she never felt fully convinced that her friends were fake. It always felt like she only kind of convinced herself, but she never felt 100% convinced. Like, it always felt like she was just kind of lying slightly. Because she, like, brings up, like, conversation. She mentions how much they're not real and then proceeds to be like, oh, remember this time Yuri brought wine? It was so funny. Like, as if that's a real story. Like, you just said all your memories are fake. Why are you talking about this? So I always kind of felt like Monika, like, I always felt like these were showing that Monika isn't even fully believing in what she's saying. She doesn't fully believe that they're not real. Like, she's seeing that they're not real. She's seeing the files, but her emotions are telling her something different. Like, she can't fully believe it. So, and it feels like Gizzy is also taking this route, and I kind of felt like he would, because me and him talked about this before, and he agreed with me that he feels that way. He kind of agreed with that. So I was kind of, I'm like, oh my god, he did put it in his mod. Let's go. Because I had a feeling when he said that he agreed, I was like, Salvation's probably going to tackle that, isn't it? And it is, because, yeah, you see her, like, saying shit, like, she's like, Sayori's heart monitor's, like, ringing in my head. And she's like, but they're not real. It's like, they shouldn't feel this, but she's clearly acting as if they are. A part of her knows the truth, and a part of her doesn't know the truth. He's clearly trying to suck up to you. He'll only suck up to me if he got rid of that hanger. It's still there. Clearly a C-tier mod, honestly. Keeping the hanger, Gizzy. Come on,
I've heard enough about this fucking hanger, Zero.
Yeah? What are you gonna do about it? You gonna remove it?
I could absolutely remove it right now.
There's been a background edit where the hanger is gone. And I don't know if I feel like I've caused that or not. Someone showed me a background edit where the hanger
who has exclaimed about
I didn't want to make it seem like I was the reason it happened, but a part of me was like, was it because of me? Like, there is an edit of this background without the hanger. Wait, Gizzy said I've stared at these BGs for years. I've never noticed that hanger, Zero. You're the problem. I've always noticed that hanger. So at some point, someone's gonna replace that hanger with like, someone's gonna put like "fuck you, Zero" on the hanger in little tiny letters.
They're gonna hang up a sign instead that says "fuck you, Zero."
I slowly open my eyes. Well, I gotta close them back after realizing how bright it is outside. It's an indication that I let myself sleep in for quite some time. Turn over and check the time on my phone. Sure enough, it's already 10:30 in the morning. Very late for school, but just in time before visiting hours at the hospital begin. I quickly slip on some casual clothes and head downstairs to make a quick breakfast before heading out. Okay. I like that he's healthy, you know?
He's healthy.
He's like healthily checking on her is what I mean, right? Like, I don't know what I mean by like, I feel like I have to explain this. Like, I like that he's like, he's taking time, like he's making food, actually dressing himself. He's, you know, when they say, sorry, you have to go home, he's like, okay, that's fine. You know, he isn't like fighting and being like, no, let me stay with Sayori. Or like, I haven't eaten in days, Monika.
Yeah.
Like, he isn't, you know, yeah, he isn't like breaking down. You know, I'm very glad that he is at least upset about it, of course, but he is just, you know, being normal. Chad is right now using this as a way to be mad at me for saying I haven't eaten, and that is true. I have not eaten.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
I'll eat after stream!
Eat now! You eat right now!